Alright, we are live. Gonna expand the screen. Just wait a little bit, have some people hop on. Fix my laptop if need be. Alright, we'll wait another minute here or so, let people hop on. So far I just got one. Hopefully more will come on. I know it's in the afternoon. Hopefully the sun is out. And it's not raining where you are because the clouds look really, really ugly. At least where I am right now. Oh, Vanessa's on. Hello, Vanessa. Nice to see you. Kinda, sorta. Virtually see you. Alright, let me know if you can see me okay. The lights are currently off, but I got enough natural light in my basement that you should be able to see me. I'm also wearing black, so black clothing, white grayish walls shouldn't be that hard. Yes, the return of the poor man's TRX. Good eye, Jess. Okay. Hopefully more people will hop on, but if not, I'll slowly get started. According to Jess, I'm loud and clear, so that's great. My name is Jaimee. You should already know that by now, but just in case, I still gotta introduce myself. I'm a fitness instructor here at Wainwright. So, before we get started, as usual, I have to read this lovely disclaimer after, I guess not after, but before every workout we do, we have to read this. So, as usual, here we go. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members by using social media platforms. The virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not CAF members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it's preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not CAF members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it's recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. And finally, if a CAF member sustains an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98 form. So I have the Get Active questionnaire and the reference document just in the description above this video. So there's just like the title, and then there's just the description underneath. And then below that too is the PSP National Facebook page, and then the hashtags that correspond to it as well. If you watched Trina's class this morning, I'm not a really good dancer, so we're not going to dance as part of our warm-up, but she did mention that you can totally play music. We're not allowed to, but what I did do is, I'm just going to copy the link here. So what I did this morning is I made a quick little playlist. All it is, once I paste it, and make sure I'm able to, no, can't comment. Okay, well, it's pasted. I wanted it to be pasted as what I commented it as, but it shows up as PSP Wainwright, but no, it's me posting the link. It's a little bit of a, I call it the bangers and mash. It's not British, I promise you. It's a little bit EDM, techno, dubstep, whatever you want to call it, mix it all together. There is some explicit language in there, so if you have it on and your kids are nearby, just give them a heads up, or maybe you got noise canceling headphones, plug them in, turn up the volume, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so all you're going to need for this workout is a yoga mat, which I have on the side, just for the warm up and cool down for your preferences, and then the poor man's TRX, which again, I'll show you how to run through it. All you'll need is either one giant flat sheet, or if you're like me, I just cut it down the middle vertically, so then you have two, and I will show you how to use it. Also, I just have my water nearby, so and make sure my seat is, okay, we're just gonna roll that over there. Okay. Alright, so for the poor man's TRX, if you haven't done this, any sort of class like this before with me, I have 2 sheets, but again, if you have 1, you'll just have to make 2 knots. So if you have 2 sheets, you're just gonna make the knot about 1/4 of the way down the top, and just 1 knot will do. If you have just 1 sheet, you'll want to fold it in half like so, and then make your knots about 1 foot of the way down from there. And then once you have your knots, you're going to lay them over top of a door, so the knots are facing inwards, right? So once you actually pull, they're going to go into the door frame, and then you're going to pull, and you won't fall down. Break them over. You're going to make sure when you pull it, the knots are close together, so they're close like this, they're not apart, right? And then you're going to pull until it's tight, and then literally you just hang off of it. There's 2 exercises you're going to need where you're going to need a certain grip, and then the other 2 exercises you can just loosely hang on to the sheets just as a guide. So when you do the 2 exercises with a grip, all you'll have to do is I have the sheets inside my hands, palms are facing my face. I'm just going to rotate my palms outwards so the sheets are now in the backs of my hands, and then bring my palms down, and then I have a straight grip. So this is good for an overhand grip, a neutral grip, or an underhand grip. Alright, so you can be really versatile with that. So now that you've set it up, your poor man's TRX, I'm just going to take you to the mat. We'll do some warm-up stuff, and then we'll get into what we're learning to today. So, you're just going to start seated on the mat. Because we're doing a little bit of grip variation, we're going to have a little bit of tenseness in our wrists, so we're going to do a little seated wrist series. We're going to start, arms are going to be out, we're going to have a fist with both hands, and we're going to rotate outwards. Nice and easy. We're going to do 7 at your own pace. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're going to rotate your fist inwards, going opposite way. 4, 5, 6, 7. From there, you're going to have your palms out, sort of like you're pushing against the wall, and you're going to sort of windshield wiper your hands, so it's just back and forth. Right, so you're making sure we're going 7 each direction. 7 turning in, 7 turning out. 5, 6, and 7. And then the last thing we're going to do is just a little bit of flexion and extension in the wrist. So arms are still out. We're going to pull the fingers down, and then pull them up, down, and then up. So again, 7, nice and easy, at your own pace. Warm up those wrists. Either Jess, Kate, or Trina has put in the comments if you missed the sort of setup for the poor man's TRX. They've described it in below. Again, if you watch this video later on, you pay attention, you can watch it that way as well. So from there, you're going to do a chicken wing. So you're going to get into a tabletop position, knees under hips, wrists on your shoulders, but then you're going to drop to your forearms. So now your elbows are stacked under like so. You're going to take your hand, put it and cover your ear, and then you're going to rotate the elbow up and back down. Okay, so 7, nice and easy, at your own pace, opening up that thoracic spine. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. Just switch directions here, make it easy to see. Okay, one side might be a little bit tighter than the other. That's normal just because of how dominant our bodies are on one side versus the other. 6 and 7. Right, from there you're going to go flat, or not, sorry, not flat on the ground. We're just going to go into a groin rocker. So in this case, I'm kneeling on my right leg, my left leg is fully stretched out, my foot is in line with my knee. Okay, you have the option that you can have your hands on your hips, coming all the way down, and popping back up. But if you don't have that range of motion or that strength quite yet, you can just have your hands out in front, lean back until your glute touches your heel, and then pop back up. So going into a little bit of hip flexion, hip extension, as well as adjusting those adductors in our upper leg. That's 6 and 7. Switch, do the same thing on the other side. Ignore my knees cracking if you can hear them. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, from that position, you're just going to lay flat on your mat. Arms are going to be extended all the way out, and you're going to be in a thumbs up position, like so. So from here, you're just going to bring your thumbs from the starting position above your head, up and around, and try to reach them behind your glutes, and then come back overhead. You can raise your chest a little bit if you need to actually reach, but ideally you'll have that shoulder mobility to come all the way back without lifting the chest up. 6 and 7. Good. And then the last just general activation exercise we're going to do is called an evil clamshell. So if you've done a regular clamshell, it's pretty much the same setup. So your hips are stacked on top of each other, knees are stacked, ankles are stacked. In this case, your ankles are in line with your hips, so they shouldn't be back behind, they shouldn't be ahead, so they're in line. Arm is outstretched. So instead of lifting the knee up like a clamshell, you're going to lift the ankle up and out. Okay, so you're doing a little bit of hip internal rotation because we are squatting and lunging today. So we just want to target just a little bit of a different movement. Also focusing on those glutes as well. Okay, so 7 at your own pace. And then when you're ready, switch sides. Adopt that same starting position. Everything's stacked. Make sure your ankles are in line with those hips. And then evil clamshell. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. So before we get into the familiarization part, I want to show I got my fancy new book last week. Yes, evil clamshells. They are very evil for the glutes. Okay, so this is the fancy new book I got last week. It's called The Language of Coaching. Basically, it's like a picturized cue book for coaches. So it's really great in our profession where if we have somebody that, we're not 100% how to cue, I can easily look at that book and something that works for somebody else might not work for someone, within that same unit or within that same group. So I'm just sort of familiarizing myself with these cues, understanding a little bit more, and trying to get better as an instructor. So what I'm going to do for these next 4 exercises, they are familiarization, because we are going to do them in the workout. But I'm going to show you a cue for each exercise, and then we're just going to bring it all home together in the main part, and we should be good to go. Okay. So I just have a mat set up to the side. First exercise is a face pull. So you're going to adopt that sort of wraparound sort of grip like I had. So you want a nice firm grip on your sheets, okay? And you're going to have an overhand grip to start. You're going to walk your heels down. You have a nice upright sort of active plank posture like this. And then I'm going to use the cue connect to pull. So that connect meaning we're going to keeping that active plank, and then we're connecting all the way through, keeping that position up until we pull our fists to our face, flaring those elbows out, and back down. Okay, so if you have, you're just going to do 7 nice and easy reps. Okay, connecting through the pull, keeping that active plank as you pull all the way up to the top, and as you lower all the way back down. Okay, so face pull, connect through pull. Next exercise is the bicep curl. Pretty self-explanatory. Again, same grip, wrap around, hold nice and tight, make sure it's nice and even. This one you're going to drop the underhand grip, okay, and it's going to come into play with the cue. So the cue is pinkies to chin. So your pinky finger, and you're going to curl all the way up to the side of your face, up to your chin. So again, you're walking your feet down a little bit, still having that active plank just like in the face pull, but now we're pulling pinkies to chin, coming back down, right? Again, sort of keeping in that exact same cue with the face pull, right? But now with the bicep curl, we've added pinkies to chin, nice and simple, right? Using that cue also keeps your elbows nice and tight, right? They're not coming up to the side. Excuse me. And then when we're pulling, you know, the wrists are not outside of the elbow, right? It's in line and everything. Pinkies to chin, okay? Very simple. Third exercise, you can just have a relaxed grip, so you can just use the sheet just as a guide, okay? We're going to do a curtsy lunge. So if you haven't done it before, the cue I use is very simple. Step behind and then lower. So I'm just going to grab about halfway up. Okay, so you're stepping behind, lowering down, coming back up. Stepping behind, lowering down, coming back up. So they almost happen at the exact same time. As you're stepping, you find your spot, you get comfy, you lower down, pop back up. Okay? Biggest thing when you do this is watch how your knee is in relation in the lowering phase. So if you're here, and you find your knee coming outside, right, or maybe it comes inside, make sure that knee is aligned over top of that ankle, okay? So yes, you're changing a little bit of direction, but your knee should still be properly aligned over top of that ankle, and then coming back up, all right? So we're stepping behind, and then lowering, we're just alternating back and forth. Last one, simple exercise is just a squat. Again, so you can just have that relaxed grip on the TRX, okay? The cue I'm going to use is happy knees squat with ease, okay? So when I say happy knees, it brings us back to that curtsy lunge and just keeping that alignment of that knee over top of that ankle. So what I don't want to see, or what hopefully you don't see, is the knees coming in, so that's knee valgus, or the knees are pushing out way too off to the side, and then you can already see my heels are coming up off the ground as well as the inside of my foot. Alright, so happy knees. Okay, we want to make sort of a smile with our face. Guide the knees out over top of the ankle, keeping that nice alignment. So again, nice easy grip. You can decide how the stance you want your squat to be in. I'm just adopting a little bit more of a shoulder width stance, coming down and back up. Alright, so happy knees, squat with ease. So make sure we're just doing 7, getting used to the movement. Alright, so I know that was like a super long warm-up and it's almost been like 20 minutes, but it's bringing into the cues, it's making sure you're familiarized with the movement, it's making sure you're doing the movement properly, so when we get to the main part, it's smooth sailing. So the main part is really easy, it's a pyramid format, so you're going to do 12 reps of everything, or total, so when you get to the curtsy lunge, it'll just be 6 each side in that case. Then you're going to rest 40 seconds. Next round is 10 reps of everything, rest 40 seconds, then 8, rest 40 seconds. Then when you get to 6, you complete your 6, then you're going to rest 20 seconds. Then you're going to go down to 4, rest another 20 seconds, 2, and that will be done. So it's 6 sets total, but I'm breaking it up into even reps on both sides or total, and then just using a little bit more rest for the longer reps, less reps. Less rest for the less reps. Whew, say that 5 times fast. So if you have one nearby, make sure it's nice and close. If you have a stopwatch, fancy watch, you need a timer. All you're going to need to make sure is just sort of keep an eye on that 20 sort of second, or I guess 20 or 40 second timer. So I'm just going to toss mine into just a general movement. So I have it on the watch, right? So we're going to start with a face pull, bicep curl, curtsy lunge, and then squat. So we're going to do 12 of everything, rest 10, rest 8, rest 6, until we get down to 2. Okay? So use the playlist that I dropped in the comments, toss it on, throw started. Right, so face pull first, 12 reps. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so I'm connecting through the pull, keeping that active plank all the way through. Okay, my feet might come up off the ground from my toes. That's fine, as long as you're keeping that active motion, connecting through the pull the entire way. 10, 11, 12. Good, now I'm going to go into bicep curl. If you need to adjust your hands and your grip, that's fine. Just go straight into it. Okay, so pinkies to chin, keeping everything nice and tight. Again, with that active plank, connecting through this pull as well. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good, curtsy lunge. If you want, relax the grip. We're going to do 6 each side, so we're 12 total. Okay, so step behind and lower, keeping that front knee in line with the front ankle. 3. Making sure we're staying nice and tall at the chest. Right, so if we're nice and tall, we can see how that knee moves. If there is any misalignment, we can make any changes. Good, so that's 6. And then we're going to go into 12 squats. Okay, so happy knees, squat with ease. 4, 5, 6. Make sure every rep, right, those knees are going over top of the ankles. Alignment is proper. 11, 12. Good. So now I'm going to rest 40 seconds. Whew. Okay, again, if you have your water nearby, grab it. Take a quick drink. Right up top, I can see any new comments. Whew. We're going to go about 10 seconds left. Okay, so I'm going back to the face pull. Now we're just doing 10 reps total. So going in 3, 2, 1, go. So connecting that pull the entire way, making sure the elbows coming up, bringing the fist to our face and back down. 8, 9, 10. Good. Shake up the wrist if you need to. Keep that same grip going into bicep curls. So pinkies to chin. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Relaxed grip. Curtsy lunge. So step back and lower. Making sure that front knee again align with the ankle. Okay, since this is an alternating movement, you can move a little bit slower. Right, making sure we're doing 5 reps each side to get that 10 total. 4, 5, and then back into the squat. Okay, so happy knees, squat with ease. Okay, so here you're just using the sheets just as an external support, really making sure those knees over top of the ankles. 8, 9, 10. Okay, because you'll notice when you do get into the squats, right, if the knees are in or out, it's not going to be a happy feeling, okay? Alright, so I've got about 30 seconds left of my 40-second rest. Again, shake out your wrists, right? It is a little bit different. I just wanted to incorporate that sort of firm grip to a relaxed grip, just so we're not using the same grip for everything else because our wrists will take a toll. Alright, we got about 10 seconds left. Okay, so now we're doing 8 reps of everything. Okay, so whenever you're ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, connecting through the pull and the space pull. 3, 4, nice active plank all the way through on the pull and the lower. 8. Okay, adjust grip if you're needed, going into those bicep curls. Pinkies to chin, pulling straight to the face and back down. 6, 7, 8. Good, curtsy lunge. Now we're going to do 4 each side, making that complete total. Stepping down and stepping back, then lowering. Okay, so find your spot, lower down, pop back up to stand. 3, 4, and then squat. Happy knees, squat with these. Okay, get your stance ready. Okay, I'm showing like pretty decent depth in these, but if maybe you have knee problems, ankle mobility issues, or some hip mobility issues, you can just go to what your body tells you to, right? You don't want to go past that point of pain, right? We don't recommend it as instructors. Alright, so on my last 40-second rest, there's about 30 seconds left of it. So now this 6, 4, and 2 series, exact same format, but I'm resting 20 seconds in between, so I won't be talking as much, but you guys get the cues, right? Connect through the pull, pinkies to chin, step behind and lower, and then happy knees, okay? So we got about 15 seconds left. Whew. So you can see this whole main set. It doesn't take too long, but it does tire you out pretty quickly. So just keep that in mind, depending how fast or how slow you're moving through each of these exercises. Alright. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We have 6 face pulls. Reminder of that cue. Right, connect through the pull all the way up, all the way down. 6. Good, bicep curls. Adjust if needed. Pinkies to chin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, curtsy lunge. Step back and lower. Okay, the step back doesn't have to be super drastic. Literally just stepping at an angle behind that foot. That's 3. And then going into a squat. Find your stance. Happy knees. Okay, so if you have to look down to make sure your knees are aligning properly and they're in the right position, that's fine, but you've done over half this circuit now, so your body should be aware of when it's going in or out, or if it's aligned. Okay, so 10 seconds left. Now I'm down to the floor. Now around. And adjust. 3, 2, 1, go. 2, 3, 4. Bicep curl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Curtsy lunge, 2 each side. 2, and then 4 squats. Good, rest 20 seconds. Now we're just doing 2 of everything, so just 1 of each side on the curtsy. Be done super duper quick, 10 seconds left. Knock these reps watch this. Again, I'll make sure to put it in the comments. If you have really good movement ability and body awareness, you can actually put these all together. And I guess if you have good wrist strength as well, you don't necessarily have to change how you hold the sheath, right? Yes, you're changing your grip for the face pull and the bicep curl, but you can still adopt sort of that wrap sort of grip and then go from there. So you can piece these all together just in one giant flow of movement, or if you're a little bit of a beginner, right, you can take a couple seconds, relax, get your feet where they need to be, and then go from there. Whew. Well, that's not bad. A little bit under 12 minutes of work. So I'm just going to have a quick swig of my water. See if there's any more comments. And then we'll just get into a quick little stretch. Ignore my glistening forehead and face. I'm really sweaty and it's gross, but that means I got my workout in, so I'm happy. Alright, so we're going to come to our mat. First exercise we're going to do, didn't really know what to call this one, so I dubbed it kneeling butterfly with wrist extension. So normally when we do a seated butterfly, right, we are dealing with those groins and those adductors. So this one, you're kneeling, okay? So I'm going to have my feet flare out to the side like so, okay? And that's why if you don't have a mat, you can easily just put a towel underneath your knees if that is a little sensitive. And then that wrist extension, just kind of like we did in the warm-up. My palms are going to be down, my fingertips are going to be facing my adductors, all right? And then from here, I'm just going to sink my hips back a little bit, feel that stretch in the adductors, and then at the same time, I'm getting that pull in my wrist extensors. I don't know why I just mixed the word extension and dentures, but I did, and it's a new word, so extensors. Okay, so you're going to sit here. Okay, you can sort of rock back and forth if you feel you need to, right? So we're going to hold it for about 20 seconds. Right, so then when you're done, whew, so much sweat in my eyeballs, this is gross. You're going to go into a downward dog, so it's an exercise we've done before. Okay, so we're going to start from an upright plank and then just sort of push the wrist down and away, lengthen our upper body, dig those heels into the ground if you can, right? Mine are about 1.5 inches up off the ground, but that's the way life is. Right, bring the head down, just relax. Okay, if you want to, you can walk the dog, so just alternating, bringing the heels back and forth. Good. When you're ready, you're going to take the left leg, you're going to bring it up, feed it through, so it's in between both hands. And then you're going to take, in this case my left leg is through, I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to open it up nice and wide towards the inside of that left knee, right? So my right hand is down beside my left foot. Okay, so see I'm nice and stacked, I'm not leaning over, I'm not coming back, right? Everything's nice and stacked. Right, we're going to bring that hand back down, bring the left foot back in the down dog again, lift that right foot up, whoops. Feed it through both hands. Now the right hand is coming up, opening up, nice and wide, fully stacked shoulders. Okay, if you need to, look up at the ceiling, look up at your fingertips. And back down. Alright, from there, bring that right foot back in. We're going to drop the knees down, drop the heels down. We're going to go into a child's pose, but instead of just having the hands out in front, we're going to walk them over to the left side to about 10 o'clock. So we get a nice good stretch on the mats as well as a little bit of the lower back. Good, and then we're going to walk our hands to the middle. And then over to the other side, so at about 2 o'clock. And back to the center. Okay, so we can hang out here just a little bit. If you want, you can take an extended child's pose. So you just push the knees out to the side. Feet are still together. So again, we touch on those adductors as well when we stretch. Good. And then you can walk your hands back up. All right. So if you need to do any more stretches, feel free to do so. I won't stop you. If you have a towel, wipe off your sweat, like I need to do apparently, because super sweaty. But it's okay, because now it's like warm in my basement, because before it was like plus 12 and it was really, really cold. So again, if you're going to rewatch this video, I knew I said I was going to put something. Oh yeah. If you're rewatching this video, you can make the main part into a flow if you do have that movement capacity and that movement ability. But if you're new to it, maybe some of these exercises are a little bit wonky. Maybe the poor man's TRX is like the first workout you've ever done with it, right? Slow it down. Quality over quantity is the main thing. We try to preach as fitness instructors. So until you're fully comfortable, you can amp up, increase that speed just a little bit, right? Sort of play around with your fitness abilities and then go from there. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'm going to go wipe my face off with all my sweat, and then I'm going to go walk my dog. Have a good day, guys.